It's a phenomenon almost everybody in the modern world experiences. Time speeds up as you get older. Now, technically, time doesn't really speed up. It stays the same. Well, actually, time doesn't even exist, according to some. Humanity is actually speeding up. Everything's getting faster. The information age, there's a cell phone, internet, everything, information is bam, bam, bam. Everybody's just scrolling really fast. You're looking at one picture per second. Everything is becoming more spectacular. Everything in the world is becoming more stimulation-based. How many things can you absorb within a second? No, yes, 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 no, no, no. So yes, the world is speeding up. Information-wise, decision-wise, everything is speeding up. That is true. Now, you don't have to have that affect you. We'll get to that in a minute. But technically, yes, the man-made world is speeding up. Everything is faster. And it's very stressful to try to keep up with that. But you don't have to let that speeding up world affect you. Let's say the world is like it was in 1970. That was my era. Things are a little slower back in the 70s. We didn't have everything high speed. So let's assume everything is like it was in 1970, okay? And even back then, everybody would say the world speeds up as you age, as you get older. So even back then, that was happening. So why is that? Let's address that. Let's start with you're slowing down, which makes it look like the world is speeding up. Most people in the modern world are slowing down as they age because, and not everybody in the world is slowing down, by the way, but I'll get to that in a second. Most people in the modern world do slow down as they age because, I guess you could call it the Joe Biden thing. Your brain gums up. Everything in your body starts gumming up with plaque because of the unhealthy lifestyle. Now, it's not just what you eat. That is a big part of it. Inflammation from sugar and refined carbs and seed oils and all that stuff in the modern food does cause plaque, which gums up your arteries and your brain, and you start to slow down because everything is just becoming, you can't function as fast. You can't think as fast. You're just not the young person where you were zipping around really fast and doing all that stuff when you were like 20 years old. Now you're like this. You're worn out and you're plaquing up and you're becoming like Joe Biden. That's just what most people consider normal, but it's not really normal in all parts of the world. The modern lifestyle is all about sitting. You sit in your car, you sit in the restaurant, you sit at home. It's all about sitting. You don't walk to the store anymore. You drive to the store and you park as close as you can to that doorway, right? You want to get the closest parking spot and you want to walk as little as possible. You want to just not move your body very much. And if you do, even people go to the gym. People go to the gym. They park their car as close to the front door as they can. Anyway, so you're sedentary. You're having a lot of refined carbs. You got insulin resistance. That's why your metabolism's slowing down. You're just not burning the calories anymore, and you're eating sugar and refined carbs and refined oils. So you're slowing down. This is what happens in the modern world. People in simpler countries, they don't have cars, they don't have internet, and they have to walk up the mountain every day to feed the goats. There's people that drink and smoke and live to be 100. I guarantee you those people do not sit all day on the internet. They don't even have a car. Those people have simple lives and they move their body a lot and they probably walk miles and miles a day. They're very active until the day they die and they have simple lives. Most middle-aged people's metabolism in the modern world slows down for unhealthy reasons like insulin resistance from poor diet and sedentary lifestyle, which shortens their life because of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Now, healthy people with slow metabolism, on the other hand, can be disease-free and live much longer lives than most people. Sure, being slower might make the world seem faster, but being calm and at peace also helps you see the world for what it is. So it doesn't affect you as much anymore and helps you make better, more rational decisions. That's number one. Now let's get back to the Romans here and back to the days of way 2,000 years ago when they didn't have refined foods. Time still sped up. This has been around forever, where you have to pay somebody to get something to eat, or you got to work for it. You got to work in the field. You got to whatever it is. This goes back thousands of years. The idea is you work so hard that by the time you're an adult, you've made it. And when you've made it, you have to keep that business going. There's competition, and you got to work your ass off to keep your money coming in, so you can feed the family. And you go to bed at night, and you're all tired, and because you've been working hard all day. The busier you are, the more responsibilities you have, the more things you create and deal with, the more stuff you buy, the more everything you have in your life, the more complex life is. And your life is probably pretty complex right about now. The faster life goes. And the simpler life is, the slower it goes. The longest living people in the world have the simplest lives, and they're stress-free. What's the longest living creature in the world? Turtles, right? Elephants. They don't go very fast. They're like, da, 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 da. They have a very, very slow metabolism. If you have a naturally slow metabolism, not an unhealthy slow metabolism, you theoretically can live a long, long time. Let's take a car, for example. Let's say you push on that gas and you drive that car really fast all day long every day, or you barely ever drive the car and you drive it very slow when you do. That's the one that's going to last a long time. Well, that's just like your life. Everybody in the modern world is so fast. Everything's just so like, it's crazy. You're burning yourself out, just like that engine on that car. That's why I left LA. I couldn't handle it. Everybody, I don't know one happy person in LA. Everybody is so stressed. Everybody's like, okay, at 6 o'clock I do this, at 7 a.m. I gotta do this, at 8 a.m. I gotta do this, at 9 a.m. I gotta do this. They have their whole day mapped out, and they're very stressed because I've got 10 minutes left to get over to this thing, and then I got over to here. And it's like, the minute you even get near California, all these cars start coming up around you, driving at 50,000 miles an hour. They're on your ass. I mean, you're like, they're tailgating you, they're cutting you off. Everybody is so stressed. Everybody's in such a hurry. And it's funny because most people are getting nowhere. I mean, their whole life is spending a lot of money to get nowhere in life. Everybody they're waiting for that big break, the big thing, to become rich and famous and discovered or whatever it is. But most people never do. Their whole life is just stress. I don't want to be a part of that. So that's why I left LA. It's not for me. I want to be where things are a little slower. Look at the longest living people in the world. They have a very chill life. They live very simple. Almost none of them have a car. They don't care about the internet. They're goat herders. They're up on the side of a mountain, or they're fishermen, or they garden all day. They walk. They don't care what's happening in the world. They couldn't care less what Taylor Swift's doing, what the latest episode of. They don't care. All they care about is just being a part of nature and just relaxing and enjoying life and taking it easy. Some of those people, they drink and smoke, they live to be 100 years old. The less complex your life is, the longer you will probably live. The more complex your life is, the shorter you will probably live. You need to simplify your life. Start getting rid of, right now, and I've said this before in other videos, get rid of 20% of everything you own. You don't need it. Next year, whatever, next 6 months, get rid of another 20%. Live as simple as you possibly can. Only keep what you absolutely need. Pare down your business as much as you can. Simplify everything. Get rid of these needy friends who feel like, there are people you know that you feel you're obligated you have to have in your life, but they suck your energy. Stop dealing with them. Get rid of them. Get rid of the people that suck your energy. If you only have one good friend or two good friends or no friends, and if you don't know anybody that makes you feel relaxed and calm, just be alone. I mean, seriously, you and nature. Find peace in yourself. That's all it comes down to. The magical word is peace. What gives you peace in life? And I guarantee you, it's the opposite of complexity. When you get rid of all the distractions and all the stimulation that you constantly have to keep yourself going, when you simplify your diet, get rid of the sugar and the stimulants and all the refined carbs, when you just learn the pleasure of just eating an apple or just eating something that you find in nature, keep it simple. That's the answer to living a longer, more satisfying, peaceful life. And I guarantee you, those people that are really hectic will look at you and go, wow, I wish I had that peace in my life. And you're just looking at them like, it's really not that hard. You just got to let go of all that crap that you thought was important, that you had to keep up with. Only keep what gives you pleasure, what makes you feel good. That's what makes life simple. Find somebody that gives you peace. It's funny because most people pick somebody that gives them stimulation, but what you really need is somebody that gives you peace. It's not about having security and a roof over your head. There is no such thing as security. You could lose everything in a moment. The person you're with could leave you. Your business could go belly up. A tornado could wipe out your house. I mean, a million things could happen. You could lose everything, but you should still be okay with that if it happens because you have inner peace. You will be okay somehow. Once you feel that you will be okay, or you will accept and be at peace with no matter what happens, that's when you have the key to having a much more fulfilling life. The more at peace you are and genuine you are with yourself, life will give you what you need somehow. It will somehow be given to you. It's the ones who keep going after what they think they need to go after because that's what society says to go after. Those are the ones that are always stressed. One of the reasons people are aging so quickly and they feel like they're out of control is because they are out of control, that they feel they need to be in control, but they're losing control of everything. Everything's just speeding up too much. They just don't relate. Technology and everything is advancing so fast, they just can't control it anymore, and they just give up. And that's okay. It's okay to give up. You don't have to be in control. And you don't, simplify. The more you simplify your life, the less you have to control. And the more in control you will feel. Get back to living the simple life. That's why on my photography channel, I love photography. That's my joy. And I do that as much as possible. And I'm constantly giving stuff away on the photography channel because I like to play with stuff, in lights and cameras and stuff. But after a while, I don't want to keep them all. I give them away. And I don't want to sell them on eBay or anything. I just love the joy of giving. Life is about flow. It's about keep things moving. Keep the energy flowing. Don't hold on to it. Don't hoard it. So if you could share the joy and keep it flowing, somehow life will give you more to keep you going. It's just a big circle. Simplify your life. Get rid of the complexity is what speeds things up. Sometimes it's good to be the turtle or the elephant. Just chill and watch and just kind of let the world go crazy. You're not a part of that. You don't have to be. That world will come and go. It'll change very quickly, and you just sit there and watch it happen, or don't even watch it. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your world. Create your own little world and then live in that little world. And that's it. Enjoy your life, what you've been given. Make the best of it. Don't burn it up with stress and sugar and distractions and stimulation and having to feel like you have to be part of the world all the time. I think that's one of the biggest factors of having a fulfilling, long, happy, healthy life is getting rid of the stress, simplifying your life, and just enjoying the peace. I'll see you next week.